We don't own a TV, haven't for 15 years or more, and I don't miss it. What I do miss, though, is the ability to watch 2 or 3 or 4 different shows at once without having to close a browser tab and turn volume on and off. You know, back when we had a remote, you just hit the back button or the next button, and then you were on to a new show if it got boring. So, I got thinking, and today we're going to take a walk down memory lane and watch YouTube like it was TV. There'll be some stump grinding, maybe a bit of car repair, maybe some sawmilling or wood splitting, maybe even some bush logging that was, you know, a rerun from the winter. We'll see. We'll see. Depends what's on. I lost the TV guide, so, you know, whatever's on is on. I've got the remote, and let's go. Welcome back to the channel. We're out in the barn today, and we have a special guest, the Gray VW Golf. It has a problem. So, we're in the barn, we're going to work on it. It has a traction control and an ABS light on. Going to do a small engine video because this one has a fault that I can almost guarantee that you have never seen before. I was baffled the first time I saw it, but it makes sense when you know what it is. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Stump Grinder Video Day. I've been promising one for a couple of months, and well, today's the day. The goal for today, at least, is to get it started, because I have never started this, and I am told by dubious sources that it ran when I parked it here 60 days ago. Yeah, but I've never started it. I know very little about it. I know it's a diesel, because my brother-in-law left me a jug of diesel when he dropped it off. I know it's addicted to Cosby in a can, because he left me 2 of those.
Let's get together, the 2 of us over a glass of champagne.
And I know where the key is, which is amazing, because you know, I put it away 60 days ago and I was able to find it, so bonus points for that. But beyond that, we'll see what we see. There should be somewhere an electrical shutoff, the battery master key or whatever it's called. So we'll look for that. I think it's right here. But beyond that, yeah, come learn with me. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can find the battery master, and I'll move you around to the other side where all the action's going to be for starting it. And Paul, I apologize if this is, you know, hard to watch. Should have paid better attention when you brought it. So, what we know is it's not the carburetor, because that's been cleaned, and it's a brand new carburetor last time this happened to me. It's not a spark plug, it's not the air filter, and it won't run on carb cleaner. So, you know, oh, and it's hard to pull over. So just to recap, it's sputtered and stalled, it's not fuel, it's not the carburetor, it's not the spark plug, and it's not the air filter. Put your guess in the doobly-doo below, and let me know what you think it is before we pull the shroud off. I'll tell you this much, it's a unique thing that happens to Snow King engines on sawmills. Yeah, I'm going to pull the shroud off and we'll see where we go from there. So we're in the front right wheel well, and that's how I found it. This wire belongs here, and it didn't get put back there when the technician was working on it. And what has happened is it has worn through. It has only worn through the green wire, but whatever it was rubbing on was giving me shorts or whatever. But yeah, let me zoom you in and see if we can see that better. Can you see that? right there. Yeah, it has worn through. So that's annoying. It runs from down here way up into the wheel well. Let me pull you back out. There we are. So that's the ABS speed sensor, and it runs from way down in here. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that connector off today. That'll be a battle. It goes from this connector way up into the wheel well. But yeah, there's another spot in here where it connects. Let me see if I can get some lighting on that for you. All right, so we're in. Can't see much, but I'm going to pull the flywheel off. Or maybe I'm not doing it right. Yeah. Let's regroup and think about this for a minute. I'm assuming one of these two is throttle. That might be fuel shutoff. That might be it. Let's push that in and see if that works. Fuel shutoff. I remember something about that. White smoke, that was fuel shutoff. Okay, so it starts. Bonus. Let's change gears and maybe see if we can grind a stump, since we're well ahead of schedule. Yeah, that's awesome. I got it started. Bonus. Alright, we've cut out our rusty hunk of metal out of the deck. We've made our template. We've cut out our part from our slightly less rusty donor piece. Now I just got to turn the welder on and put the helmet on. We'll get on with the welding phase. big problem that I'm having is that the tractor articulates. So when I move forward and it articulates, the wheel wants to roll backwards. The whole tractor wants to come back. And that's because I'm in exactly what I thought would happen, which is a rut. The tractor's still sinking into the ruts. So whenever the tractor tire goes forward, it has to roll up on a hill, and then when you stop rolling forward and bend it, it wants to come down and move away from the stump. So I'm having a hard time keeping the grinder engaged in the stump. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. And maybe that'll go away once I stop digging ruts with it. So that was about a week ago, and it ended about as poorly as you might expect. It ended up with a 5-hour visit to the local emergency room where they put 10 stitches into my finger to sew the tip back on. 3 of those stitches are under my fingernail, and if you've ever wondered how that happens, yeah, that's how that happens. And there you go. Sawdust in the main ring. Not a lot, just enough to mess up the gap on the spark plug, and yeah, one of those things. Anyway, I'm going to clean it out. I'll bring you back. Moderate success. I attempted to clear the codes. The front right code disappeared, not surprisingly, now that it's connected again. The back right coat is still there. I haven't had a look at it yet, but it's 4:30 on Friday night and it's almost supper time, so it'll have to wait until tomorrow or Monday or whatever. I'm going to put this tire on, go in for supper, and I don't think I'm going to bother with the rear tire as part of this video. It'll either be exactly the same or something completely unrelated. Yeah, that's the benchmark 20 volt. Yeah, the benchmark 20 volt brushless. Yeah, I think that'll work out well. Don't ask me why ash, wood chips in the flywheel stops it from running. I don't know, but it does, and it's annoying. They get in behind that flywheel and just wreak havoc. First time I took it apart, it was packed solid with wood chips, or sawdust if you want to call it that. But this time it wasn't like that, but I can't explain it. That's what it is. I give up. If you know why ash, sawdust, in behind the flywheel of a Tecumseh Snow King motor stops it from running, let me know. And by the way, how'd you make out with your guess in the doobly-doo? Did you guess sawdust behind the flywheel? I don't know. Anyway, leave me a like, a comment, a subscribe, whatever. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Alright, so that's a bit of stump grinding. Hope you enjoyed it. Certainly not as intuitive as I would have expected, but you know, I'll get used to it. I'll figure it out. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know, leave me a comment, let me know if you did or not. If you don't leave a comment, I'm not going to make another stump grinder video. That's pretty simple. They don't sell, you don't make them. Not that any of the videos do well, but you know, that's down to people leaving a comment. People don't leave a comment or hit the like button, then the algorithm ignores the video. It figures nobody liked the video, so why show it to people? You know, that's just the way the algorithm's written. I'm not complaining, it's just a fact of life. So yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Maybe it's a stump grinding video, maybe it's a sawmill video. I've got a black walnut log that is up on the mill right now, and I want to cut that. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's hiding a pretty big defect, and I want to see how that comes out in the boards. But anyway, thanks for watching if you made it this far, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.